Hello, my best students. Today, you're not just going to hear about another productivity hack. You're going to learn something that could completely change how you think, how you work, and how successful you become. Because let's be honest, most of us feel busy all day but secretly know we're not moving forward. We write long to-do lists. We jump from task to task. We reply to every message, every email, every notification. By evening, we're exhausted. But deep down, we know we didn't really make progress. Why does this happen? Because no one ever taught us the truth. Success doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from focusing on the one thing that matters most. And that's the message of today's book, The One Thing, by Gary Keller. This book doesn't just change your schedule. It transforms your life philosophy. It teaches you that success is not about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it with power, clarity, and purpose. In this video, you'll discover why everything you believe about productivity might be wrong. The 6 big lies that keep you stuck and tired. How one simple question can give you clarity for life. How to time block your day like the most successful people in the world. How to protect your energy, your attention, and your purpose. And here's the bonus. You're learning English. This video will help you too, because I'll explain every idea in simple, clear, powerful English so you can grow your language and your mindset at the same time. So take a deep breath. Forget what you've been told about success. Get ready to focus on what truly matters. Because once you understand the one thing, your productivity, your growth, and your future will never be the same. Let's begin. Section 1. The lies that mislead us. Lie number 1. Everything matters equally. This is one of the biggest and most dangerous lies in life. Most people think, I have 10 tasks today. I'll try to finish all 10. Everything is important. I don't want to miss anything. But the truth is, everything does not matter equally. This lie makes you treat every task the same. Answering email feels as important as building your dream. Cleaning the room feels as urgent as writing your book. Replying to notifications feels just as urgent as preparing your future. And this is where people waste their entire life, doing small things that feel urgent, but never doing the one thing that truly matters. The book teaches the 80-20 rule, also called the Pareto principle. 20% of your efforts create 80% of your results. 20% of your tasks bring 80% of your success. 20% of your relationships create 80% of your happiness or stress. Imagine you're a YouTuber. You spend 10 hours, 2 hours checking comments, 2 hours adjusting thumbnails, 2 hours replying to emails, 1 hour fixing old videos, and only 1 hour writing your next big video script. Your one thing. At the end of the day, you were busy for 10 hours. But the only thing that'll actually grow your channel is that 1 hour of creative focus. The rest? It's noise. Don't be busy. Be effective. Instead of doing 10 small things, the book tells you to find the one task that moves your life forward and do that first. This means not everything on your to-do list is equal. Start with the highest impact task and let the rest wait. You are not paid for how much you do. You are paid for what you do that truly matters. Lie number 2, multitasking works. Have you ever tried doing 2 things at the same time and thought you were being productive? Like listening to a podcast while replying to messages, or working on your project while checking Instagram, or reading a book with Netflix in the background. Most people think multitasking saves time, but it actually destroys your performance. The book explains that your brain cannot fully focus on 2 complex tasks at once. When you try, Your brain keeps switching between tasks, and this switching comes with a cost. More mistakes, less memory, lower quality, higher stress, and it takes longer to complete both. Real research shared in the book. When people multitask, their IQ drops temporarily, as much as if they had stayed up all night. It can take 25 to 30 minutes to fully refocus after switching between tasks. So what feels like fast productivity is actually slow destruction of your focus. Imagine you're cooking an important meal, but every 2 minutes you check your phone. You keep forgetting ingredients. You burn the onions. You forget to preheat the oven. In the end, the food is late, the taste is off, and your mind feels tired. Now imagine cooking with full focus. No phone, no TV, no stress. You move with calm. You feel present. You notice details. You enjoy the process and the results. That's the power of single tasking. The book says, success is built sequentially, one thing at a time, not all at once. So if you're building a business, learning English, or writing a book, do one thing deeply, completely, powerfully. Multitasking is a lie. Focus is your superpower. Lie number 3. A disciplined life is the key to success. This is something we've all been told. You need to be more disciplined. Successful people are successful because they are always disciplined. You're failing because you lack discipline. But this idea is a myth. The book says you don't need to live a perfectly disciplined life. You just need to have enough discipline to build the right habits. Let me explain. Discipline is like a spark. It's needed at the beginning, but once the fire is started, it becomes a habit. You don't need discipline all day. You need discipline for a short time every day to do your one most important thing. Quote from the book. Success is actually about doing the right thing, not everything right. Think about this. Do you need discipline to brush your teeth every day? No, you just do it. Why? Because it's a habit. You don't ask yourself, do I feel like brushing my teeth today? No, it's automatic. That's the goal with your one thing. Make it a daily habit, not a daily decision. Imagine a person named Alex who wants to learn English. He wakes up and tells himself, today I'll study vocabulary, grammar, and practice speaking. But the day passes. He checks Instagram. He answers emails. He gets distracted. At night, he feels guilty and says, I just don't have enough discipline. But what if Alex did just one thing every day? What if he blocked 15 minutes every morning? No phone, no distractions, just reading one page aloud and repeating the words. He does this every day for 3 weeks. Now it's no longer hard. It's no longer something he needs motivation for. It's now a habit, like brushing his teeth. This is the power of starting with discipline and turning it into automatic behavior. You don't need to be strong forever. You just need to be strong long enough to build the right pattern. What the book teaches, don't try to be disciplined all the time. It leads to burnout. Use your discipline to install the right habit, especially your one thing. Once the habit is formed, success becomes automatic. Build routines, not constant struggles. You only need a little discipline every day applied to the right task to change your life completely. Lie number 4. Willpower is always on will call. This lie destroys people silently. We often think, I'll do my important work later when I feel ready. I'll start writing tonight after I finish everything else. I'll resist temptation. I have strong willpower. But the truth is, willpower is not unlimited. It doesn't stay full all day. It's not always available when you need it. Willpower is like a battery. It starts full in the morning and it gets weaker with every decision, every stress, every distraction. This means the more things you do during the day, the more your energy is used up, the weaker your focus becomes, and by evening, your willpower is almost gone. Real insight from the book. Willpower isn't on call. You can't just expect it to be strong at 4 p.m. after 200 decisions. That's why successful people do their one thing first in the morning. Let's say someone wants to write a book. He tells himself, I'll write at night after work, dinner, and scrolling my phone for a while. But when night comes, he feels tired. His brain is slow. His motivation is low. He opens the laptop, then closes it. He scrolls Instagram instead. Why? Because his willpower battery is empty. Now imagine this. He wakes up early, fresh mind, silent phone, no distractions. He sits with coffee. He writes for 90 minutes, full of focus. No interruptions. Words flow like water. That's the power of using morning willpower for your one thing. What the book teaches: use your highest energy on your most important work. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't trust that willpower will be there later. Use it first thing in the day before the world steals it. Time plus energy plus focus equals success, but only if you use them when they are strongest. Key tips from this chapter. Track your energy. Find your peak hours. Block those hours for your one thing. Don't waste your best energy on small tasks. Protect your morning like it's sacred. When you give your best to what matters most, you start living a life that actually moves forward. These are not just ideas. These are daily habits of the world's most successful people. They don't rely on luck. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, and those systems are built on focus, energy, and the ability to say no to the wrong things. Lie number 5. A balanced life is the goal. This lie is everywhere in the modern world. You've heard it. You've probably believed it. Find balance. You should give equal time to everything. Success is when your work, family, health, friends, hobbies, goals all get equal time. Sounds nice, right? But it's a trap, because the truth is, the most successful people don't live balanced lives. They live focused lives. The book says pursuing a balanced life means giving something up. You can't give everything equal attention and still be extraordinary at anything. Let's understand this. If you want to write a best-selling book, if you want to build $1 million business, if you want to learn English deeply, fluently, powerfully, then you can't give equal attention to everything. You have to be wildly focused on one thing for a period of time. Balance is not the goal. Purposeful imbalance is. Imagine a woman named Maya. She's a mother, an artist, and dreams of starting her own business. She wants to cook healthy food for her family, play with her kids, exercise daily, start a YouTube channel, learn video editing, read 10 pages every day, clean the house, grow her online brand. She tries to balance all of it. She feels guilty if one area gets more attention, so she tries to do everything equally. Result? She ends up exhausted. Her creativity suffers. Her content becomes inconsistent, and deep down, she feels like she's failing everywhere. Now imagine this. Maya stops trying to be balanced. She chooses one season, one priority. She says, for the next 90 days, I will wake up early and give 3 hours to building my YouTube business. That is my one thing. I will still love my family, but this is my creative season. She becomes laser-focused. She posts regularly. She creates powerful videos. She grows. She succeeds. After 90 days, she takes a step back, rebalances. Now she shifts to health for 30 days. This is not a chaotic life. This is a strategic, intentional, focused life. What the book teaches: don't chase balance every day. It's unrealistic. Chase focus. Focus hard on your one thing for a short period and then rebalance. Think in seasons, not in hours. If everything feels equally important, then nothing is truly important. Practical tip from the book: use the concept of counterbalance. Let's say you're focusing on work deeply for 2 weeks. You might give less attention to friends and fun. Then the next week, you step back and give time to relationships. This way, your life is not constantly balanced. It's adjusting, flowing, refocusing, like a pilot correcting direction every minute. You're not being lazy. You're not being selfish. You're being intentional. And that's how real success happens. Lie number 6, big is bad. This is one of the most dangerous lies of all. It's the lie that makes people think, don't dream too big, stay small and safe. Big goals are scary. If you aim too high, you'll be disappointed. But the truth is, big is where real transformation happens. The book says only by thinking big can you achieve extraordinary results. Why do people believe big is bad? Because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of hard work, fear of leaving the comfort zone. But that fear becomes the prison where your potential dies. Let's say there are 2 people, Sam and Leo. Both want to start an online English course. Sam says, "Let me make a small course. Maybe 10 people will join. I don't want to go too big. What if people laugh at me?" So he makes something quick, doesn't market it much, keeps it hidden. He gets 7 students. He earns a little money, then he stops. Leo, on the other hand, says, "I want to create the best English course in my country. I want 10,000 people to take it. I want people to say, 'This changed my life.'" He dreams big. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's harder. But that big dream gives him energy, urgency, and purpose. He invests more. He learns faster. He creates better content. He pushes past fear. He reaches thousands, not because he was better, but because he allowed himself to think big. Thinking big does not mean adding stress. It means giving yourself permission to grow. It means taking the limits off your thinking. It means asking better questions. Instead of, "What can I do this month?" ask, "What's the one thing I could do that would 10 times my impact?" Actionable tip. The book suggests asking the bigger and better question, what's the one thing I can do that would make everything else easier or unnecessary and is 10 times bigger than I originally imagined? That one question can change the size of your vision, and the size of your vision will change the size of your results. You have been lied to, not by bad people, but by a culture of busyness that celebrates doing everything, saying yes to everything, and being balanced and humble. But true greatness comes from saying no to what doesn't matter, focusing with power on your one thing, thinking bigger than the people around you, building success with simple, daily, focused habits. If you can remove these 6 lies from your life, you will start seeing clarity, energy, and results like never before, not because you're doing more, but because you're finally doing what actually matters. Section 2, the truth. One thing. The authors say if you want extraordinary results, you must narrow your focus and ask the ultimate question. This question is the foundation of everything in the book. It is the compass, the filter, the guide. So what's the question? What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Let's repeat it slowly. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? This is not just a productivity tip. This is a life tool, a decision-making weapon, a priority detector, a peace machine. When you ask this one question and answer it honestly, you stop being confused. You stop being busy. You stop chasing everything. You finally zoom in on what truly matters, and you move forward with power, simplicity, and purpose. What's the one thing? Not two things, not five things, not what are my top priorities. The one thing. You must find the single most important activity in your life right now, the one action that matters more than any other. This trains your brain to focus, simplify, and eliminate noise. This is hard at first because our minds love to chase multiple goals, multitask, and stay busy. But success doesn't come from being busy. Success comes from being clear. I can do. Notice this. It says can do, not should do, not could do, not might do someday. What can I do right now with my time, energy, and ability? This makes the question practical. It moves you from thinking to doing. It doesn't ask you to be perfect. It just asks, what is one thing I can do, even if it's small, such that by doing it? This means when you take action on this one thing, what happens next? The idea here is cause and effect. Your one action must be a domino, something that, when you push it, starts a chain reaction. Everything else will become easier or unnecessary. This part is powerful. It forces you to look at the big picture. You're not just looking for any random task. You're looking for a leverage point, something that makes other tasks easier or removes the need for them entirely. This is effort versus impact. You want to find one small action that has a huge impact, a domino that knocks over many others. You ask, what's the one thing I can do today to improve my English, such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier? Answer, practice speaking out loud for 20 minutes every day using real conversation sentences. Why? Because by doing that, you build confidence, you stop being afraid, you improve pronunciation, you activate real memory, you become a speaker, not just a learner. And everything else, grammar, vocabulary, listening becomes easier or less important. You ask, what's the one thing I can do today that will help me grow my business, such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Answer, reach out to 10 potential customers and ask them real questions about their needs. Why? Because doing this gives you market clarity, feedback, real human connection, free marketing, direction for your content or product. And suddenly, you don't need to spend 10 hours overthinking your logo or color scheme. You ask, what's the one thing I can do today to finish my book such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? Answer, write 500 focused words first thing in the morning every day before touching your phone. Why? Because now your book is being written daily with focus. No more thinking, no more planning. You're doing the one thing that matters. Key truth. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. This is the most powerful question you can ask. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? If you build a habit of asking this every morning and acting on the answer, your life will transform faster than you ever imagined. Use this question for every area of life. Learning. What's the one thing I can learn today that will make other lessons easier or unnecessary? Work. What's the one project or task I can finish that will give me 80% of my results? Health. What's the one habit I can build today that will give me the most energy? Relationships. What's the one thing I can do today that will make my partner feel more loved? Mindset. What's the one thought I need to hold that will change how I see today? Write it down, answer it honestly, then do it before anything else. Bonus. Why this one thing works so powerfully? Because it removes overthinking, overplanning, decision fatigue, distraction, stress, and replaces them with clarity, confidence, momentum, results, peace. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more discipline. You don't need to do more. You don't need 100 apps or systems. You just need to stop and ask one question every day. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Then do it, protect it, and make it a habit. If you do this for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, your life will change so much you'll barely recognize who you used to be. Not because you worked harder, but because you worked smarter, sharper, and with laser focus. You became a master of your one thing, and that's how extraordinary people are made. Section 3, Extraordinary Results. This section is not about dreaming. It's about doing. It's about how to implement everything you've learned so far in the book, because it's one thing to know what matters, but it's another thing to live that way every day, no matter what. This section teaches you exactly how. Topic 1. Goal setting to the now. This might be one of the most important ideas in the entire book. It solves a very painful problem that most people face every day. I know what I want someday, but I don't know what to do today. You know your dream, you have the vision, but your daily actions feel disconnected, random, unimportant. This idea changes that forever. What is goal setting to the now? It's a method that connects your biggest dream to your smallest daily action. Imagine your dream is a giant mountain in the distance. This strategy gives you the exact stepping stones to get there, starting with your next step right now. Here's how it works: step-by-step ladder of focus. Someday goal. What's the one thing I want to achieve someday? 5-year goal. Based on my someday goal, what should I do in the next 5 years? 1-year goal. Based on my 5-year goal, what should I do this year? Monthly goal. Based on my 1-year goal, what's my focus this month? Weekly goal. Based on my monthly goal, what should I accomplish this week? Daily goal. Based on my weekly goal, what's the most important thing I must do today, right now? Based on my daily goal, what's the one thing I can do right now? This is called goal setting to the now because it connects your big dream directly to what you do right now in this very moment. Let's say you want to become a fluent English speaker. Someday goal: speak English fluently and confidently in any situation. 5-year goal: become an international speaker, give TED-style talks, or work globally. 1-year goal: finish 12 books in English, have 200 hours of speaking practice. Monthly goal: finish 1 book plus speak 20 hours. Weekly goal: finish 3 chapters plus speak 5 hours. Daily goal: read 10 pages plus speak 30 minutes. Right now, start reading page 1 out loud for 5 minutes. No distractions. That one moment of focus is your true action, and it is directly connected to your ultimate dream. This method turns dreams into plans, and plans into reality. Most people keep their dreams too far away. They say things like, someday I'll start a business, someday I'll get healthy, someday I'll speak English fluently. But someday becomes never, because there's no connection to now. This method eliminates the gap. It tells you if your goal doesn't show up in your daily actions, it's not a real goal. It's just a wish. This is how people go from average to elite. They don't just think big, they act small with focus every day. Topic 2. Time blocking. Control your day before it controls you. This topic is game-changing. If there's one productivity strategy that separates successful people from the rest, it's this. You don't find time, you block time. If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. Most people live in reaction mode. They wake up, check notifications, reply to messages, scroll feeds, check emails, and then they say, I'll work on my important goal later when I get some free time. But free time never comes, so their most important dreams stay waiting. That's where time blocking comes in. Time blocking is the practice of taking your most important task, your one thing, and scheduling it into your calendar before anything else. It's like creating an appointment with your future success. You choose the time, you protect it, and you treat it like a non-negotiable meeting. Just like a doctor's appointment, just like an exam, just like a flight. Except this time, the meeting is with your dream. Let's say you want to write a book. Instead of saying, I'll write whenever I have free time, you say, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Saturday, I will write. No phone, no meetings, no distractions. You block the time. You make it sacred. You do nothing else during that time. After a few weeks, your book starts writing itself. After a few months, your dream becomes a draft. And after that, your future becomes real. Why? Because you protected your time. Why most people fail without time blocking? Because they live by urgency, not importance. They say yes to everything. They reply to every message. They do low-value tasks first. They never schedule their dream. And when something isn't scheduled, it slowly dies. Time blocking brings your dream into your calendar, and that's when it becomes real. How to time block, step by step. Pick your one thing, the most important task that moves your dream forward. Pick your highest energy time, usually morning, when willpower is strongest. Block at least 2 to 4 hours every day, ideally at the same time. Protect it like a sacred meeting. Turn off phone, no email, no meetings, no interruptions. Repeat daily. Make it a habit. Bonus tips from the book. Don't let others control your calendar. Start each day with your one thing, not email or notifications. Create bunker time, a private space where nothing gets in. Use alarms and calendar apps. Train your mind to respect your dream. If you want extraordinary results, you must take extraordinary control of your focus, your time, and your daily actions. Dreams don't die from lack of motivation. They die from distraction. You don't need to do more. You just need to schedule your one thing every day, same time, same energy, with the same respect you'd give to something sacred because your future is sacred. Topic 3. The 3 commitments. The book says that to achieve extraordinary success, you must make 3 powerful commitments. Without these, your one thing will not survive against the noise, distractions, and resistance of life. Let's go through them one by one. Commitment 1. Follow the path of mastery. Most people dabble. They try something for a while, then quit. They want quick results, so they bounce from one shiny object to the next. But extraordinary people commit to mastery. Mastery means you are not looking for shortcuts. You are not chasing quick fixes. You are willing to do the same thing over and over until you get better, sharper, stronger. Think about a river carving a canyon. At first, the river is small. The rock is hard. It feels impossible to cut through, but the river doesn't stop. It flows day and night, slowly, steadily, patiently. Years pass, then centuries. The rock gives way. A canyon is formed. Something magnificent is created. That's mastery, not speed, not luck, but consistent focus over time. The book teaches, if your one thing is worth doing, commit to mastering it for life. That's how greatness is born. Commitment 2, move from entrepreneurial to purposeful. At first, when you start a project or dream, you do things randomly. You experiment, try new things, learn by doing. That's called being entrepreneurial. It's important at the start, but at some point, if you want to grow beyond average, you must shift to being purposeful. That means stop doing things randomly. Start doing things with intention. Build systems that give results. Think of a factory. A small business owner making handmade shoes may work randomly, making one pair here, another pair there. It's slow, it's inconsistent, but when the process becomes purposeful, with machines, systems, quality checks, now the factory can make millions of shoes with consistent quality. That's the difference between random and purposeful. Apply this to your life. Don't just do things when you feel like it. Build systems, create routines, follow proven models. That's how your one thing grows beyond limits. Commitment 3, live the accountability cycle. Most people blame others when things go wrong. They say, "It wasn't my fault, the timing was bad, the market wasn't ready, someone else should have done it." But extraordinary results require accountability. Accountability means you own the results. You don't wait for luck. You ask, what can I do differently next time? Think about a ship captain. If the storm comes, if the waves are high, if the wind is strong, the captain cannot say, "It's the sea's fault, I quit." No. The captain says, "I cannot control the storm, but I can control my sails. I can adjust the direction. I can find another route." That's accountability. You don't control the world, but you control your actions, and that control changes everything. Topic 4, the 4 thieves of productivity. Now we come to something very important, the enemies that try to steal your time, focus, and energy. The book calls them the 4 thieves of productivity, and if you're not careful, they will kill your one thing. Let's meet these thieves. Thief 1, inability to say no. Most people say yes to everything. Every meeting, every call, every request, every small favor. They don't want to disappoint others. They want to be polite. But every yes to something small is a no to your dream. Think about a phone battery. Every app wants to run in the background. Every app wants a small piece of power. Notifications, updates, messages, ads. If you say yes to all of them, your battery dies in hours. But if you shut off the useless apps, your battery lasts all day. Your focus works the same way. Say yes to everything, and your dream dies. Say no to the wrong things, and your dream thrives. Extraordinary people are experts at saying no. Thief 2, fear of chaos. When you focus deeply on your one thing, other parts of your life will sometimes feel messy. Your email inbox might fill up. Your desk might not be perfectly clean. Your laundry might pile up, and that's okay. The book says if you can't handle a little chaos, you'll never create extraordinary results. Think about a garden. If you spend all your time pulling every single weed every day, you'll never plant the big tree that gives fruit. To grow the tree, you must sometimes let the garden look messy, because when the tree grows, it gives you shade, fruit, and beauty that's worth far more than a weed-free garden. Lesson: don't let the small chaos of life stop you from building your one thing. Thief. 3. Poor health habits. If you don't take care of your body, your mind and productivity collapse. Bad sleep kills focus. Bad food kills energy. No exercise kills confidence. Think of a car engine. If you don't change the oil, don't service it, and keep running it non-stop, one day the engine breaks down. Your body is the engine of your dream. If you don't fuel it right, you won't reach your destination. The book teaches, protect your energy because your one thing depends on it. Thief 4. An environment that doesn't support your goals. You are a product of your environment. If your workplace is full of distractions, you won't focus. If your friends laugh at your dreams, you won't grow. If your family constantly interrupts your work time, you won't get results. Think of a plant. Put the plant in sunlight. Water it, give it good soil, and it grows tall, green, healthy. Put the same plant in a dark, dry, toxic environment, and it shrivels, weakens, and dies. You are that plant. Your environment is your soil. Protect it, design it, create it. Extraordinary results require an extraordinary environment. Topic 5. Live with purpose. Most people are working hard, running fast, doing tasks, chasing goals, trying to stay ahead. But stop for a moment. Ask yourself, why am I doing all this? What's the purpose behind my actions? Where am I actually trying to go? You see, many people are busy, but very few are intentional, and fewer still are purpose-driven. This is the most dangerous trap of modern life, activity without meaning. The book says, purpose is the straightest path to power and the ultimate source of personal strength. Let's break that down. What is purpose? Purpose is your deep reason, the why behind your actions. It's the difference between working for a paycheck and working for a vision. It's the difference between running in circles and walking a narrow path with meaning. Purpose gives you direction, passion, and energy that doesn't quit. Without purpose, you get tired quickly. With purpose, you can work all night and still feel alive. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall on a rocky shore. Every night, it shines its light. Storms come, waves crash, the wind howls. But the lighthouse stands still. It knows what it is. It knows why it exists. It knows its purpose, to guide others no matter what. That's what purpose does for you. It keeps you centered when life gets messy, strong when you feel weak, and focused when the world is full of noise. How to find your purpose from the book. The book doesn't give a one-size-fits-all answer, but it offers a deep strategy. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do with my life that would matter the most? Let that question sit with you. It's not easy. It might take time. But when the answer comes, it changes everything. It becomes your North Star, and every decision becomes clearer. Purpose isn't about doing more. It's about knowing why you're doing anything at all. And when your daily one thing is aligned with your life purpose, that's when you become unstoppable. Topic 6. Live with priority and productivity. Now, let's tie it all together. Once you've found your purpose, you now have to learn how to protect it every single day using priority and productivity. Let's break both down clearly. What is priority? The word priority means the one thing that comes before all others, not priorities, plural. That's a modern mistake. For 500 years, the word priority was only singular because you can't have multiple number ones. The book teaches if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch neither. Your job is not to be busy. Your job is to be precise. Pick the one thing. Do it first. Protect it like your life depends on it because your future does. Laser versus flashlight. A flashlight shines on everything. It lights up the room, but only a little. A laser focuses all its energy on one point. It can cut steel. Both are using the same light, but one is scattered and the other is focused. Your day is your energy. If you act like a flashlight, you'll be busy but weak. If you act like a laser, you'll be powerful beyond belief. That's what priority means. What is productivity, really? Productivity is not about doing more. Productivity is about doing what matters most. The book explains this perfectly. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Many people are addicted to checking boxes, answering messages, attending meetings, doing 100 things that feel good but lead nowhere. Real productivity is about doing fewer things with greater impact. It means blocking time for your one thing, ignoring distractions, letting some things remain undone, and going deep on what truly matters. Imagine you have a pile of dry firewood all ready to burn. You take a match and light a tiny flame. If you touch the flame to every single log for 1 second, nothing happens. You move fast. You feel busy, but nothing catches. But if you hold the flame in one place for long enough, the fire begins. That fire becomes light, warmth, power. That's what productivity really is. Not running, not rushing, not juggling, but choosing your one log, holding your match, and staying with it long enough to start the fire that lights everything else. How to live with purpose, priority, and productivity together. Here's the formula the book gives us. Purpose gives you direction. Priority gives you focus. Productivity gives you results. If you wake up every day and remember your why, choose your one thing, block time to do it without distraction, then you are no longer a wanderer. You are no longer stuck. You are in control, and that's where extraordinary results begin. Goal setting to the now. Break your big goal into daily, actionable steps. Time blocking. Schedule your one thing every day. Protect it. The 3 commitments: mastery, purposeful action, and accountability. The 4 thieves. Identify and eliminate what's stealing your focus. Purpose. Your deep why behind everything you do. Priority and productivity. Focus on what matters and execute with discipline. You now understand what most people will never understand. That success is not about luck, not about doing more, not about talent, not about balance, not about hustle, not about motivation. Success is about focus, clarity, purpose, and protecting your one thing every single day, no matter what. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to ask this question every morning. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Then do it again and again and again. That's how you change your day, your results, your life. Not with noise, but with intentional silence and focused action. Because in the end, your success will not be decided by how much you did, but by how powerfully you did what truly mattered. So now you've seen it all. Not just a book, Not just a summary, but a mirror showing you what's been missing from your life all along. Clarity, focus, purpose, power. We live in a noisy world, a world that rewards speed but forgets direction, a world that teaches us to do more, but not to matter more. And that's why most people are exhausted, busy but empty, tired but unfulfilled, productive but lost. But you're different now, because this book, The One Thing, has given you the greatest gift: permission to focus, courage to simplify, power to say no, wisdom to protect what truly matters. This isn't just about time management, it's about life management. It's not about goals, it's about meaning. And in the end, that's what we're all looking for. We don't want 100 achievements we forget. We want one thing that means everything. The hard truth? Most people will still ignore this. They will go back to the same distractions, same busyness, same chaos. And years from now, they'll look in the mirror and ask, why didn't I do what I knew mattered? But you're not going back, because now you understand the most powerful truth. Success is not about what you do sometimes. It's about what you do every single day with focus, clarity, and purpose. So do this starting now. Don't wait for motivation. Don't chase 10 dreams. Don't try to impress everyone. Instead, wake up. Find your one thing. Block time. Protect it. Do it like your future depends on it, because it does. And one day, you'll look back at your life and you won't see 1,000 half-finished projects. You won't see a blurry life of multitasking and regret. You'll see one path, one dream, one legacy, and you'll smile. Not because you did everything, but because you did the only thing that ever mattered. This book is not just about success. It's about learning how to live with clarity, how to protect your focus, and how to finally feel powerful in your own life. And while you listened, you didn't just grow your mind. You trained your English too. You practiced listening, thinking, and speaking in clear, simple English. And that's progress worth celebrating. So if this helped you, if you learned even one idea that can take your life or your English to the next level, then do one thing right now. Subscribe. Share this video with someone who feels lost in the noise, someone who needs a reminder to focus on what truly matters. And always remember this: the world will try to distract you, but you have a choice. Focus on your one thing, and you'll live a life of power, peace, and purpose. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing with me, and I'll see you in the next video.